So a couple of weeks ago we took a look at this, the Alienware Alpha R2, and some of you were interested in seeing the software that I mentioned was exclusive to this, because we had a look at the unique design and how it's different to the upcoming Steam machine. In some ways the new Steam machine was a step backwards from the original idea that these Steam machines had, just with more upgradability. You can click below to watch that video if you want, but today I think we'll repaste this, put some new paste on this to make it run a bit more efficient, and we'll have a look through the software, maybe play some games. I'm also curious, would you guys like to see something like Bakelite put on this? More of a modern Steam Deck operating system put on this to see how it works 10 years later, 10, 11 years later. Let me know in the comments below about that one. But yeah, we're going to get into this and repaste it. So we will be replacing the paste with this MX4 thermal compounds from Arctic. We do have some isopropyl alcohol for cleaning, got some buds for wiping off. A screwdriver here, and we're going to have a look and see what it's like underneath. Take this one off as well. Like I said, once you're in, it's really not that hard to work on. And we've got both the fans out there. We're already in here, so let's take this off first. I know I don't always do this like the recommended way, like maybe there's better ways of applying, thermal paste and removing it. I'll do it my way. Maybe not the most recommended way, but I'm sure you guys will let me know below if I'm doing something wrong. So I just want to take a look at this one, because I'm not too sure. This is the GPU on this side, this silver one here. I'm not too sure how this is going to be, or if we're going to do this one. A little bit of a different screw on that one. Seems to have like a brace, and then we'll see what's under this. Because I haven't actually been under here, we didn't go under here in the last video. And how does this come off? Does this just lift off? Or is this an underside job? So I'm not too sure how that comes off the one. I might come back to that one. I might pause the video and have a look at how that comes off actually. I thought it would just be as simple as this one, Unscrew some screws, take it off like the CPU. I thought that might have held it down. I'm not too sure if this here isn't like a lever or a switch or something. It's made of copper, but what makes me think it's that is just because there's a gap. Is it like some sort of tension thing? Let me pause the video and go and have a look. So after doing some research online, it looks like we need to take the motherboard out of here. Then there's some stuff to unscrew underneath. Then there's some more stuff. I just don't really have time for that today. I thought it was going to be quick and easy, just like the CPU one. But I'm thinking I'll put this back together now. When we do testing and we have a look around, I'll see what the temperatures are like. If the temperatures are high, I'll redo it for the next video when we have a look at maybe doing like a Steam Deck OS operating system on this and seeing how well that runs. In the meantime, I'm just going to do this one, put that back together, and then we'll have a look at the software. So now that's back on that. It's all simple to do that part. So we've got some isopropyl alcohol here. Just going to pour a bit into here, and we'll get on with having a look at cleaning the thing off here, reapplying it, hopefully improve the performance, because it's very dry. Give it a good old clean. I like to a bit of a wet side than a dry side. I think it works, better, because obviously then you're just soaking up some of that, wetness that you put on there. The paste is coming off all right up to now. We're only one in there. That's pretty good. Let it soak up. Give it a good old scrub. They actually put quite a bit of paste on here as well. It doesn't seem like it was a bad application when it was done. So that's that bit cleaned. There's a little bit of... It should be fine. It's clean enough, I think. Now let's do the more complicated piece, or the more, more sensitive piece, if you will. And we'll just go on here. I wonder if it'll still work after we've done all this. So I've got this little plastic tool out just because it's a little bit caked on the sides, and I think it's just going to be easier to get in some of these chunks off like that there, just because some of them have fallen into the socket. I don't really want to remove it right now. There's probably some people out there cringing watching me do this. Like I say, quite a bit of paste on here. You see some of these pre-built videos on YouTube, people just like reviewing pre-built PCs. Some of them are, not well pasted at all. I don't think that was the case on the day whoever made this put it together. Literally squeaky clean. Might just pop the lever up, just because there's a couple of little bits under here. I think we are nearly there with this one now. A little bit more of a once over. I think that looks pretty damn good. Pretty damn clean at least. And there we are. Get that sat back down properly. Now it's time for some of this. We'll just put a bit of an X on. I know some people say you're probably putting too much on, but hey, tell me in the comments. Looks like it probably should be enough. So let's pop this back down. I think that's the right way around. And screw that down. Apart from repasting the GPU, everything else in this PC, pretty easy to do. Right, and that's it all put back together, repasted. Let's pop the fans back on, and I think we'll jump into the software. See you in a minute. So when you first turn on the Alienware Alpha, it'll boot into this, what we call HiveMind UI. If you don't turn it off, you can disable it so it doesn't. This is sort of like Steam's big picture mode, but Alienware's version of it. We have a few different options. We've got games, videos. It has got like Kodi support and that. Settings, pictures, programs, music, etc. Let's have a look at the games, because there's not really too much to look at in here. It's just more of how they've put it together. So we have a few different programs here that you can see. We have the find games section, we have add games, and if we click the find games bit, it should actually find some other games that we have on Steam. We'll see it says it's found 5. Let's see what it's found, and there we are. You can see that's actually pretty nice. It's found the other games that we have. This was my way of adding Cyberpunk to the thing. If we click add game, you can give it a name, like I just give it one over here, Cyber, and you have to go through and find the exe file and link that up, unless you do the find games thing like I have here. And it's found most of the stuff, but it hasn't found Miles Morales Spider-Man on here, so we'll go ahead and add that one. I'm just going to type in, since I'm not too bothered, I haven't given it that good of a name. But we'll go and find the Steam game here. So we have to navigate through all the files to find the exe. So it's like Steam, Steam apps, common. But here we are. Add that, and we'll just click no to that for the time being, just because we don't really want to add any fan art. And then we go back to games. There it is. So that's how you add games. And if we look at some of the other things, the videos thing is something like, again, you just have to go and find the videos through your file system, through Kodi, and then pictures, similar thing again. If we have a quick look in the settings, let's have a look at some of the appearance stuff, just so you can kind of get an idea of what some stuff could look like. So if we have this one on Alpha UI, it's called, yeah, much simpler. It does come with some, little pointers and that as well, if it's your first time using the, HiveMind UI. Let's have a look at some of the other little themes we've got here. This is, what's that, Confluence or Confidence, a little different way. For some reason this one doesn't seem to focus on games that much. I guess this is more of a Kodi based interface. I don't know why you'd buy this machine and just use it as like a TV PC, but hey, to each his own. So let's just go back to the HiveMind interface, and once you're in your skins as well, you can change the colouring. If you want to make it a bit more personal, that's something you can definitely do. Yeah, now we've got a green one. You can also go into your device settings as well, and if it would work, you could change your Alien FX, and you should be able to change the colour of the lights on the front of the device. You're supposed to also be able to do this from Alienware Command Center. This is one of the downsides of something like this, is when it gets older, it's harder to find those old programs, and if you don't have them installed already, if you bought it like later on in life, sometimes you're just not going to be able to find the software that you need. I've tried finding old versions of Command Center, but every time I try installing it, it just doesn't work. Like I can move this along here, but it's just not doing anything. And it even seems to recognise it as well, because it's got the alien head that we can change the light on, and the little triangular piece where the Steam logo could have been. So other than that, it's just some little system settings and things like that. But that's basically the overview of Alienware HiveMind. It's just a nice front end. And if we want, we can click this little power button here, and we can get out of it and go to desktop mode if we wanted more of a desktop mode experience. But for the time being, we're just going to stay in the games section. I think, because I'm not on my other profile, I don't know if the games are actually going to load properly. But first of all, we'll just go and play Cyberpunk and have a look at some games on the console, and see how well they run. Bear in mind, it is a 960 and a 6th gen i5, but I was kind of surprised, and I think you will be as well. But the real test is we'll do a benchmark and have a look. So we'll just run a benchmark here. I have been running it just on low at 1080p, just because, let's face it, we're not going to be playing this game on ultra, but I think you can still have an experience, and it's still interesting to me that something that came out a few years ago can play and demanding title. I have put on top as well the Steam overlay so we can see what's going on. Our CPU is currently sitting around 56-60 degrees, which I think that repaste did help. The GPU is a bit higher. Might have to have a look at repasting that in the future. But yeah, as you can see, it is Cyberpunk on low. It's not a stellar performance, but for the most part, it is around 30 FPS. Which I think it's playable. It's not amazing. It's not buttery smooth you know, what you play a PC for, but I think it's definitely an enjoyable experience. And it also kind of shows that this thing lasted the test of time. Depending on the environment as well, you're gonna see difference. So there were about 39 FPS as we're going over this like enclosed environment. When we pan out up here, we should see the frame rate drop a little bit, just because there's more going on, more to render. Yeah, overall not a terrible experience. You can see that we seem to be sharing some extra RAM for our GPU with our RAM stick. As you can see, we're not maxing out our RAM, but we are over our 4 gigs there. So you can see the average FPS was 32.87 frames. We had a minimum of 20, but just under 24. The max of just under 42. That to me isn't too bad. It's 1080p as well. You know, you can maybe drop that and squeeze a few more frames out. But let's face it, we are in 2026. We don't want to be going too far backwards. I think it's definitely a playable experience. It's not buttery smooth. You know, you can see our specs here. 960, 4 gig of RAM. Definitely the GPU RAM tells back. It's just the age of the machine. But let's get on and have a look at Spider-Man. One thing I will say as well, the fans on the Alienware Alpha are also not the quietest. So I don't know if it's going to pick up a little bit of fan noise, if that's what you can hear in the background. It's just hard to move something that makes noise far away from the microphone. So let's just have a look at our settings before we get into playing around a bit and having a look around. So once again, we got the low preset on, and we'll have a look around, and we'll just go for a little swing around the city, and watch the graphics go up and down. You're looking at a similar thing again on here. Low 30s. To me, it's still playable. This is still an enjoyable experience. And another thing as well, don't really seem to see any drop frames. It's a pretty good experience overall. It's not buttery smooth. It's not crisp 4K gaming, but with the price of PC gaming at the moment, who can afford that really? Everything's going up. The RAM is the bottleneck here. As you can see, we are once again sharing RAM with the system and the GPU. So it might have helped if we had a bit more RAM, or if we had like an 8 gig card or something. Yeah, you can only use what you've got, can't you? But as you can see, we're flying around, there's stuff going on. It looks pretty good. I hope it looks good on your end. It's the first time using a capture device this time for the PC instead of filming the screen. Upgrade things a little bit, make things look a little bit nicer. Yeah, I think that's probably enough for that. You can see our lows and highs, and it's pretty good. Look at that little scroll there. So everyone's going to take a look at BioShock Infinite as well. I did that outside of the video. That plays very well, but it is quite an older title. It's more of a title that I think it was about a year or two old when the first Steam machine came out, and that plays as expected. It's you can play it on high settings, all buttery smooth. I don't think there's any point in showing you that. Cyberpunk and Spider-Man were definitely titles that were more graphically demanding than that one. But thanks for watching, guys. I don't know what you guys think of the Alienware Alpha. Should we do like the Parasite Steam OS video and see how the original Steam hardware would handle that? But until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.